They're not dead. That's the first mistake people make. When someone disappears, when a body is never found, when a missing poster fades in the rain, we assume the worst. But the worst isn't death. The worst is being aware and unable to move. There's a garden hidden where no road leads, where the air is cold even in summer, where moss climbs over stone faces frozen mid-scream. They look like statues. They aren't. Their eyes still move. This is a story people don't tell out loud anymore, because saying her name isn't what summons her. Looking is. She wasn't always called the Whispering Widow. Once she had another name. No one remembers it now, but the story says she lived alone at the edge of a dying town. Her husband disappeared first. No body, no blood, just a mirror in their bedroom, cracked from the inside. People whispered that grief broke her. They were wrong. Grief opened something. The first statue wasn't intentional. It happened by accident. A man came to check on her. He saw her standing too still in front of the mirror. He asked what she was looking at. She turned, and for a second he saw himself behind her, but he wasn't standing there. He was reaching out from inside the glass. The next morning, a new statue stood in her garden, mouth open, hands clawing at invisible air. That was the beginning. Mirrors were never meant to be doors, but they are. They've always been thin places. Reflections aren't perfect copies. Sometimes they hesitate. Sometimes they smile a fraction too late. Sometimes they blink when you don't. Most people ignore it. Some don't. The ones who stare too long, they're the ones she chooses. She learned quickly. The mirror wasn't a prison. It was a bridge. She could reach through, not fully, just enough, a fingertip, a whisper, a promise. And when someone leaned closer, when curiosity overpowered instinct, the cracks began, starting at the fingertips, spreading like frost. Stone doesn't hurt at first. It tightens, it cools, it steals movement slowly, and the entire time you feel everything. Her garden grew quietly. She didn't hide it. She didn't need to. No one who saw it ever left to tell the story. Rows of frozen expressions, fear, confusion, recognition, some reaching for help, some shielding their eyes, some mid-scream. She walked between them at night, touching their faces, tilting their chins, adjusting their poses like an artist perfecting her work. But they weren't art. They were anchors, each statue tied to a reflection somewhere in the world, each one strengthening the doorway. The more she collected, the thinner the glass became. It stopped being about mirrors. That's when things changed. Phone screens began to flicker, black screens reflecting rooms too dark. Security cameras capturing extra shadows, car windows showing someone in the back seat who wasn't there. People blamed glitches, fatigue, imagination. They always do. But every time someone hesitated in front of a reflection, the garden gained another piece. Entire towns began reporting disappearances. No pattern, no connection, different ages, different lives. One common detail, the last known moment always involved a reflection, a bathroom mirror, a phone camera, a shop window at night. Here's what no one tells you. The statues are aware. They can see. They can hear her footsteps on gravel. They can feel rain collecting in the cracks of their skin. They can sense when she chooses another. And the worst part, they can see us through the reflections they're tied to. When you look into a mirror, sometimes the unease you feel isn't her. It's them, trying to warn you, trying to move, trying to scream. People assume monsters kill for hunger, or revenge, or cruelty. But she doesn't kill, she preserves. She once whispered to a fresh statue, "Stillness is forever." She believes she's saving them, freezing them at their most honest moment. The second they realize the world isn't safe, the second the illusion breaks. She calls it mercy. No one knows how large the garden is. Some say it stretches for miles. Some say it exists outside geography entirely. A place you can only reach once your reflection lets go of you. Fog hangs low between the rows. Lanterns burn without flame. And at the center, there's space. Still open. Always open. Waiting. Have you ever noticed a delay? A flicker? A split second where your reflection didn't quite match? Did you blame the light? Your eyes? Your imagination? Good. Keep doing that, because the moment you test it, the moment you lean closer just to check, that's when she notices. Some stories say she's standing behind you right now. Others say she only appears once you've heard her legend. I think both are wrong. I think she's patient. I think she lets the idea settle. I think she waits until you forget. And then, on an ordinary night, when you pass a mirror without thinking, your reflection won't pass with you. It will stay smiling just slightly. And somewhere in a garden you've never seen, a space will finally be filled. Every town has a mirror. Every mirror is a doorway. And somewhere in the dark, a garden is still growing. If you ever notice something strange in your reflection, don't stare. Just walk away and don't come back. The Whispering Widow. Story so scary, you'll sleep with the lights on.